is Ajax and my name is Ariana, and we are going to be showing you how to do a polo wrap and a standing wrap. Alright, so this is our polo wrap. This is just a standard white one, and I'm going to show you guys how to roll it. First, we're just going to establish which leg we're going to be wrapping. For this one, we're going to be doing his front left leg. We've already taken one of his bell boots off, but the other one is kind of a permanent fixture, and it won't really be getting in our way like our second pair will, because Mr. Ajax likes to rip off his shoes. So to establish the way we're going to be doing this, we want to be rolling inwards like this. So we're going to have our tail end facing towards the head of the horse and the roll end facing towards the butt of the horse, with the start of the roll being towards the horse rather than facing away from the horse. So we're going to get down, we're going to introduce ourselves, say, hey, Ajax, we're right here, don't kill us. We're going to start off roughly right towards the top, right below the knee. At least I like to do it like that. And we're going to go ahead and start rolling. We're going to establish a good base first. And then as we're creating tension, we never want to pull from the back. So we don't want to pull like this. We want to pull from the front, keeping the back stable so we're not putting tension on the tendons. And we'll roll back and down about half an inch to an inch between the rolls. Alrighty, so as we go down, we'll come around here, around the bottom underneath. And it's okay if we have a little bit here, we can kind of correct that with a little bit of tension and come back up to create a little cross. We don't want to go all the way down around so it's impeding movement or anything like that. And then we'll make roughly the same amount of advancement as we come up the leg as well, so just about half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. Now, you want to make sure he's standing relatively square for this, and don't try and do this while your horse is moving, because you won't be able to get an accurate roll on. Alrighty, for our standing wraps, you're going to want the quilt, or you can get a no-bow wrap. Those are really nice. I just don't have one right now. My last set ripped, and these are the only ones I have, which are just regular quilts. And then you want a standing bandage for this as well. So these are a little bit less stretchy than polos because they're not the soft material, but they do offer a little bit of stretch. We're going to be doing it very similar to the way that we do the polos, and the fact that we will want the tail end towards the horse and facing the horse, and then the roll end facing towards the rear of the horse. And the same for our standing, our bandage as well. So for this, I like to start right about here on the horse. This quilt is a little bit too tall for this horse, but we're going to have to make do just right now because this is the only size I have at the moment. But typically you don't want them to be too tall, and you just want to wrap with some relatively light tension. You don't want to go too ham on it. As well, before you would apply this, you would do any of your poultice or liniment underneath. If you had poultice, you would use your poulticing towels or whatever you have to protect the quilt from getting any of the clay or liniment on it. So we're going to be starting with our bandage from the middle section rather than from the top. And I like to start right at the middle so I have good tension, and that way I have good security when I'm wrapping. We're going to do the same thing as far as our tension. You want this to be not too squishy at all. You're going to want to pull your tension from the outside rather than the inside as well, while securely holding the tendon part so you don't create any tension back there. And that's even more important. That's even more important if you have an injured horse, especially a tendon or a ligament issue or injury, because you don't want to create any unnecessary tension back there. So I like to go, I do this relatively quick. I leave about 3/4 of an inch to leave about maybe half an inch, maybe a little bit more of the quilt showing. And then we will just come right back up. We can check our tension as we go to make sure that we are not too tight on the leg, just because, again, this stays on long term compared to a polo wrap. We're going to come up, we're going to make sure that there's no creases, just for safety. And that is our standing wrap. We're just going to check tension and make sure that it is the same all around just by giving a nice gentle squeeze. We want tension to be the same from the top to the bottom because any differences in tension can cause injury in the horse as well. Again, another thing because we're leaving